you not feeling well? We can make it up by doing lots of shopping tomorrow.
I just don't want to hear about shopping right now.
What? But I love shopping. What's wrong?
The Patreon went down $10 last night.
But isn't it way up for the months? It seems so silly to worry about such a small change. It's just one day.
Just one day, that's $10. What do you think pays for all of this?
People who forgot to cancel.
Well, they'll remember to cancel if the show continues to be whatever bullshit it is now.
But it's your show.
No, it isn't. Nick's destroying the show. There aren't any jokes anymore.
Why don't you write the jokes?
Yeah, right. And why don't you pay for all your clothes and jewelries and breast surgery?
You became so mean when you lose $10.
No, sorry. Don't leave.
This has nothing to do with me.
Okay,
You have to sort it out with your friend.
you're right. I'm sorry. Come here. This has nothing to do with you.
Okay, I'm
Why don't
leaving.
you go out and buy something for yourself?
$10?
Anything for you.
Speaking.
Oh, hey, buddy.
Speaking.
It's Adam. You know it's me. Just use a normal phone.
No, I told you I'm analog now. Everything I do is analog.
Right. You're analog. Yeah. Well, anyway, what are you doing right now? You got a minute?
Well, I'm just about getting ready for bed here.
It's 4:30 p.m.
Well, early to bed, early to rise.
What time do you get up?
Well, I'd say about 9 or 10 a.m. usually.
That sounds like depression.
Oh, here we go with the depression stuff again. I'm fine. My life is fine.
Look, I'm just gonna be blunt.
Ooh. Oh, I love smoking weed. Blunt.
And the show's been bad, and I don't think it's my fault.
But it's always your fault.
I'm serious. Like, people aren't laughing. I feel stupid. And on top of all of that, the Patreon's going down.
Okay, so this is about the money then.
It's not just about the money. Someone tried to kill Belandic.
Well, I don't know, maybe Homeboy should have made better movies then, bruh.
I wouldn't be upset about the money if we weren't spending so much. Like, why'd you make me buy this fucking penthouse apartment?
I don't know. I mean, I was worried about your relationship, and I thought...
You need to worry about the show. I think we need to bring the monologue back.
No, dude. No more comedy. I'm tired of being a laughingstock. Not everything has to be a stupid joke.
It's what people want.
No, it's not. Maybe on the small scale, but outside of a little podcast audience, what people want is compelling stories, powerful interviews. They want center-left politics.
They want monologue jokes.
They want to hear about independent films and cars and spiders.
All right. I hate to put my foot down like this, but we need a monologue on Monday.
You know what? Fine.
And don't write a bad one spitefully.
I won't. I promise I won't. I'll do what needs to be done.
What's that mean?
It just means that I'll do what I need to do to get you your monologue. If that's all this is, if I'm just a fucking clown, I'm not an artist, I'm not a producer, and all I can do is write jokes, then I'll get you your monologue. No problem.
All right, there's time to be all those things, but for now, we just need the show to be funnier.
Yeah, I'm sure there is.
Welcome to the Adam Friedland Show, folks. I'm your host, Adam Freeman. We got a great show for you today. We got some great news. The monologue is back by popular demand.
Woo!
Emphasis on popular demand, by the way.
Fucking monologue. Yes.
All right. Because that's what you should be after as a comedian, as an artist. You should always chase after what's popular. So what's popular today? Joe Biden has canceled $10,000 in student loan debt, which sounds nice until you remember that the average student loan debt is about $50,000. Canceling only $10,000 is like a rapist decocking his pistol while he continues fucking you at gunpoint.
Ha 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 ha. Look at the camera.
Yeah, all right.
Make sure you smile real big
right.
for the camera as
right.
you say your jokes.
Okay. All right. And why is it called forgiving debt? Like the debt is something that you did to hurt the bank? If anything, we should be forgiving them, and then they should be apologizing to us.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right. Fuck them.
Yeah. But who am I to complain?
Who are you to complain?
I'm just some rich guy, out of touch, pretending to care about student loan debt in a desperate attempt to remain relevant. I'll run it again. But who am I to complain? I'm just some rich guy, out of touch, pretending to care about student loan debt in a desperate attempt to remain relevant, stay popular, and appeal to the common man or woman or whatever people are now.
What are they, Adam? Do you know?
Maybe people are happy about the $10,000 cancellation.
Look at the camera.
All right, but I just,
Big smile for the camera.
Yeah.
TV show.
You can buy
late night monologue. We're doing it, man.
Maybe people are happy about a $10,000 cancellation. You can buy a lot with $10,000 these days. You can get a 1992 Hyundai Elantra, a Macintosh that will actually run any of the software that it's sold with.
Macs are expensive.
Very expensive.
And inflation.
Mm-hmm.
Inflation means they're more expensive.
That's right.
And you can get a $2,000 MacBook Air and it doesn't even run fucking this stupid
Doesn't run
video
shit, yeah,
video bullshit that you have to.
You could hire an attorney for a week to try to sue your healthcare provider denying you essential treatment. In 2022,
Sue your healthcare provider for
okay.
denying you essential treatment.
In 2022, you could just donate it to a trans person that was a victim of a hate crime, only to find out that after that, the money actually went to the Democratic Party.
They do that. They trick you.
They did that.
You think you're giving George Floyd's family money, and then what? It goes to Kamala Harris to get black don't crack surgery.
Okay.
To make her look like a Tupac fan.
Mm-hmm. Republicans are pretty mad about the plan, though. They're saying that the canceling of student debt is a tax on the working class. They say we're just shifting the burden to truck drivers and fast food employees. And I say good. To many tiers. Oh, sorry. I'll run that again. And I say good. Too many tears have been shed for truck drivers. They just sit there all day.
Boo-hoo.
And then they don't even have the decency to go home after work.
The only service truck drivers provide regular folks is honking the horn when children ask them to.
They just crawl behind their seats and pass out next to a jar of urine.
Exactly.
That sounds like heaven to me.
Yes, it does.
You know what else is $10,000 to buy? Truck driving lessons and a CDL.
CDL.
We should all become truckers.
You ever get one of those?
We should all have trucks filled with a bunch of Amazon shit. A bunch of fucking shit from Amazon. All kinds of shit. Fucking wires, stickers, and hair products, air purifiers. We should all just drive around all day pissing in jars in a $250,000 semi. They should build a land bridge to China and then drive through their cities, taking out as many of them as possible.
Fucking run them down.
With a convoy made up of indebted piss jars and Amazon packages. What else is in the news? Fuck China. I know we have a lot of fun on this show, and we say China good. I'll run that again.
Fuck you, China.
What else is in the news? Fuck China. I know we have a lot of fun on this show and say China good here and there, but fuck China. I don't even know what the fuck China is. It sounds like bullshit to me. Anyways.
What is it, just big Japan?
Why do they call them one of them checkers and the other one is called rallies? One of them is for the South, right? Do you think that's like a Civil War thing? Like it goes back to the Civil War? That would be wild. Is anyone excited about Heat 2? I know I'm not. Imagine being one of the greatest filmmakers of all time, making some of the best movies that make men's emotions seem more powerful than women's gay-ass feelings, and then after all that, you self-parody by writing some gay-ass book and give it an incredibly stupid name of Heat 2. Heat 2? Really? If I were Michael Mann, I would say to someone, hey, I'm writing a book. And then someone would say to me, yeah, what's it called? Heat 2? And then I would say, no, it's not called that. And then I'd quietly kill myself after they left. I could fucking write Heat 2. Fuck that. All right, we have a great show.
How do you like it? The monologue.
What? I don't know. Like,
Smashed it out of the park, dude.
I don't know, but like,
Fucking smashed it.
I don't at this point even care about the monologue
Why?
because you've fallen off the
But,
wagon.
look, you say you gotta get the work done, and what happened?
It's not like you had to fall off the wagon.
See what happened? No, the work got done.
I don't know. That was just
You
like
want me to-
half-assed observations.
You
about
want me to
Heat
be?
2.
You want me to be a goddamn? Look, I got two kinds of guys in me:
Yeah.
a warrior
Yeah.
and a guy that's just showing up to work doing his job.
I mean,
And there's a way to together they form one of those power gay couples.
listen.
Yeah,
I think people are excited about the show, but we've been friends for a long time,
sure.
and I think that maybe sometimes you have a tendency when everything's going right to find a way to make things to start going wrong.
You're saying I self-sabotage.
I'm saying yourself, yes.
That's a funny word, sabotage.
Yeah.
You know, it dates back to the war.
Which
It's a
one?
French word.
It sounds French.
It's weird that all of our military words come from the French language when they're. I wasn't burping from the booze. I was.
I know.
I'm vegan now, so I'm full of beans.
Well, I don't. All right. I just think that your health is the most important thing, and I don't think that like. Listen, this shows a lot of pressure. People get mad at us all the time. We want it to be good.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now, okay, all right. Sorry, I thought you said that we needed a monologue by any means necessary.
Yeah. I said we needed black liberation by any means necessary. I didn't talk about you relapsing to make us a monologue.
How about Malcolm Chex? And he's a big fat guy.
And he likes Chex
Loves
Smith.
Chex mixed race. Chex mixed race.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I could do it all day. Now that I'm fucking back.
Listen, I
I'm back.
think we put a lot of work into that guest segment, or not the guest segment, the cold open, and I think it's pretty successful. I think people are really gonna
What
like
cold
it.
open? What are you talking about?
The one that we filmed to open the show.
We filmed something to open the show?
Yeah,
What
it
do
was
we,
pretty good.
what do we film?
This is that thing with the
What is it?
The phone call we had earlier.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
but I
yeah.
think people are really gonna like that. And
Well, I'll tell you what then. If you think that, and you're telling me that I don't need to drink to be I could just. My problem is like, what are we even doing anymore? We did 6 years of a podcast that ruined my chances of being. I was supposed to be in Super Troopers 2.
I know.
I was supposed to be a commercial actor.
I don't know. Yeah.
I could have been
More like 5 a.m.
I could have been just like the progressive flow. Or who's the Irish guy that does the other insurance company? I could have been an
Conor
insurance.
McGregor.
I could have been I could have been another Irish insurance.
Yeah, I get
person.
it. Okay, listen. Here's
And
the thing.
instead of that, I traded it all to do a podcast that nobody liked.
No, I think a lot of people really liked it.
The wrong kind of people.
Yeah.
And now with this, we have a chance to be artists, and I think that we should move away from.
Okay.
Okay.
Listen, dude. We're gonna get you some coffee. Maybe take a little nap. But we gotta finish the show. Can you stop drinking, please?
Let's start the fucking show.
All right. Let's start the. Let's start. We got.
Let's start the show. We gotta
great
get.
show for you. All right.
Let all acquaintance be forgot. Adam Friedland Show. And today is your birthday. Happy birthday to the year.
President and the year. Okay, thanks a lot, guys.
We'll see you in a minute. We'll be back.
See you in the next part of the
I'm
show.
Cup of coffee.
Okay, get a coffee. We're gonna be all right. Okay, thanks a lot. Bye. All right, we're really excited about our next guest, ladies and gentlemen. It's a Chinese guy. Get the mic. You need me to help you?
Got it. Hey, everybody. Good to see you again.
Yep. Give him a hand, everyone. How about this?
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for being on the show.
Look, you guys do something. It's a living, folks.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's good to be back here. Sorry, I'm just
I know. Are you feeling all right, or?
I'm a little worn out. I'm worn out.
Yeah, you seem
I'm
like
fucking worn out.
You work really hard.
I work really hard. I work
Yeah.
12 hours a day at the iPhone factory.
Yeah.
And it's like there was a time when I knew what I was doing with the iPhones. Let's say, because I've been there for fucking ever.
Right. You thought it was just a paycheck, maybe, and you had a.
No, it wasn't just a paycheck.
Oh, okay.
I mean, people forget when the fucking iPhone first came out, like, China didn't have shit going on.
Yeah.
The iPhone factory.
It really put China on.
Well, I mean, no one had ever seen a fucking iPhone before.
Right.
So the Americans think Steve Jobs was just, the motherfucker to them.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I got chills and shit.
No, it's okay. You can.
They thought he was the guy here. But in China, I mean, this motherfucker comes over, builds a factory in the middle of a rice field.
Yeah.
Now we all got jobs making a fucking, phone no one's ever even heard of.
Yeah. Well, now they have. Yeah.
Yeah,
course,
and now, like, all the shit you can do. I mean, we got it now. We're spying on everybody with TikTok and all that.
Yeah. Yeah.
What else? I know karate. I know fucking I ran for president a couple years ago.
Oh, Andrew Yang.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I didn't know you were working at an iPhone factory while
I work at an
campaign
iPhone factory.
was going on.
I ran for president. I know karate.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good at fucking math problems.
Yeah.
And but yeah, what was I saying? Something about iPhones.
Oh, you're saying
yeah.
that there wasn't shit going on.
It keeps going on. Since Steve Jobs died, and this is a metaphor for something else.
Mm-hmm.
But the iPhone's fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
The iPhone's always been bullshit. But there was a time when there was a fucking guy who gave it something. There was some human element. Even though it was some dumb, rich fucking cocksucker who spent his entire life in Silicon Valley making a thing that's destroyed everyone's life, he was passionate about it.
Yeah, yeah.
It doesn't really matter what you do as long as you can be fucking passionate about it.
Yeah.
And now he died, and it's rudderless. There's no direction. Now it's just a fucking prison. And I don't mind living in a prison if we're doing fun shit in there,
Yeah.
If we're decorating the place, if we're converting to Islam.
Yeah.
If we're fucking, playing fucking poker for cigarettes.
Yeah.
That's gone now.
Yeah.
Now the whole world is just a fucking prison where we're stuck making fucking garbage.
You know what they say about prison? Don't drop the soap.
Don't drop the soap.
Yeah,
I guess
yeah.
you just don't shower. How about start there?
Yeah, don't shower.
The
That's a good
problem with
idea.
that is I've noticed that sometimes body odor smells like pussy.
I kind of know what you mean.
You ever have that where you walk past a homeless guy and you start
You're
missing
like,
an ex-girlfriend?
Hello, ladies. Yeah.
Yeah, not hello, ladies. But sometimes it's like, you're with the woman long enough, she stops taking care of herself.
Yeah.
And, her pussy starts to smell like a homeless person. And you forget, it's small things like that. This is what I mean about passion.
Yeah.
That's what the old iPhone was. It was bad for you. It was like a toxic relationship. And that's kind of, I make iPhones where I'm also sometimes a silly Chinese guy. but I know why I was a silly Chinese.
Yeah.
It's because I fucking hate working at the fucking iPhone factory.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, yeah, this is all it is. Pretending to be fucking Chinese in an iPhone factory.
No, I think I know what you mean, but is it? Oh yeah, it might be.
I'll be all right.
You'll
Don't
be all
worry.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, thanks for having me on.
Dude, thanks for coming on, dude.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it.
How are you doing? You're working a lot these days.
Yeah, I mean more than I ever have. Yeah, because
Oh,
I guess
dude.
when I had jobs before, I was pretending to work and not really working.
And now you're
Now I have a talk show.
talk show.
Now, yeah,
Excuse me
we're
for a
trying to
second.
start.
I'm gonna take my teeth out of my mouth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Those are. Oh, I didn't realize they were removable.
Yeah. I mean, I just want to kind of fit in. I don't want to seem like the fancy guy at the office. You know what I mean?
Right. So you wear those like to humble yourself. A little
Yeah,
bit.
to fit in with the other Chinese people I work with at the iPhone factory.
So you're saying it sucks over there? Oh, you're taking it off?
Huh?
You're taking off your.
Yeah, I was getting a little, I don't really know why I do anything. I'm tired of doing things without purpose. You know what I mean? I guess that's what.
Are you saying this as a Chinese guy or as
as a Chinese guy.
Yeah, I feel you.
As a Chinese guy.
So at the factory, you guys don't have like rec league softball or, like a talent show maybe.
What do they
or-
do over there? They play bocce ball.
I don't even know what they do over there. Are they even fucking over there?
They're fucking.
I mean, I
Who do you
guess
think's filling all those cities?
I guess so, but I can't just.
You heard those
I
stories.
can't picture it.
You heard those stories right in Asia where they're like running out of women. I think it was in China. They're running out of.
Well, because of the one child policy.
Yeah, they ran out of
Yeah.
women, and so they were like, "Look, we need more, quote unquote, Chinese women.
Uh-huh.
So if you're any kind of Asian and you're a woman, just come here.
Really?
No one's gonna know the difference."
Really?
Yeah,
So they said it.
yeah, they said
Yeah,
that.
they
Yeah.
said it.
Well,
But it's kind of like you're not allowed to say
somebody's
it.
uncle snuck their way into the Chinese Politburo, and
Uh-huh.
he's making policy over there. Somebody's uncle from New Jersey. You
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
have to fake laugh at that. It's
I
fine.
know what you mean. Yeah.
yeah. You do know what I mean.
I mean, I don't know. We don't have a guy fake laughing anymore, so I gotta.
Uh,
No, but I know what you're saying. Yeah, of course.
I got to figure out how to do that. I got to figure out the fake laugh. I feel like that's my job. I got to pick up the slack in that regard.
Well, you're saying a lot of funny things, so I feel like.
Am I?
Yeah, of course.
I honestly have no idea anymore.
Really?
I have literally no idea
Why?
because I don't know. I'm so far removed from. I kind of just try to live my life like a normal person, and people are laughing most of the time.
Oh, so you feel like you're different to everyone around you?
Yeah, certainly. But let's switch gears. I can feel this coffee. I'm starting to feel a little bit better now.
Are you hungover a little bit?
I'm still kind of drunk from.
I just don't think.
I know. I'm done.
You think today? You
Uh,
had a nice weekend, I guess.
damn. Yeah. What did you do this week?
I mean, I worked on the show. Since Friday, we've been working on this episode.
Oh yeah. Sorry
Yeah.
about that. Somebody just asked me a rude question.
What was the question?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Yeah. So, welcome to the Adam Friedland Show. Today's episode, purpose, the theme, purpose in life. Purpose, integrity, I feel like people, there's this, I feel like I experienced the reverse, where like other people, they're searching for some kind of meaning or purpose in life. Whereas I feel like I thought I had one for a long time.
And you've lost it.
And now I don't know. It's like, was that real? Like being in love, it ends, and then you just see it as like Matrix code, like a toxic recipe. And that's why this worked, is because her dad beat her, and I'm,
And you beat her?
I don't beat her, but I do something similar on an emotional level. I wouldn't say I'm really abusive. I'm not there.
Yeah.
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 And then that's sort of the thing.
Yeah. So what was the question?
What were you?
I don't know.
What are you doing for the rest of the summer?
I think the summer's kind of over.
No, it's not.
Yeah, we got Labor Day next Monday. Then it's over.
Yeah. And what does Labor Day celebrate again? The workers.
Yeah, at the iPhone factory.
I tell you, I've never thought twice about Labor Day in my life.
Uh huh.
It was just a nice long weekend.
Yeah.
And then since all of this communism bullshit started a couple of years ago, now how's this now a thing where just every fucking just the biggest losers online are like, it's Labor Day. Today's worker day.
Well, they tried to do that with May Day also.
They do it with May Day also.
Yeah. Like they're in I don't know, but isn't that like a Russia thing or something?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm so
you
glad.
You should know. The Jews have a million holidays.
Yeah, well, nothing communist, you know.
Yeah.
Although we were around at the beginning of it. Steven cut the Jew part, whatever I just said.
Oh, Steven, the editor?
Yeah.
Well, we'll let him make a decision. He's Jewish himself.
I mean, I just think that, I think we're in a good space right now, you know?
Jews?
No, us.
Oh, us.
Us as buddies.
Yeah.
You know, we've spent all our money, but it doesn't really feel bad.
It doesn't feel bad at all because you got to find, I mean, maybe the purpose is the search itself.
Yeah, it's not the destination, it's the journey.
Yeah. So you fall off the wagon. You know, you don't want to pretend to be a Chinese guy, but you do it anyways because you started doing it years ago out of a disdain.
I'm not faking laughing at that.
Disdain for the thing that you do in its totality.
Mm-hmm.
You hate comedy, so you're like, I'm going to do the worst version of it.
Yeah.
Because to mock comedy itself, not even mocking racism. I don't give a fuck. You can be racist if you want. But I fucking hate comedy. You know? But then I became a millionaire off of it.
Yeah.
And now it's like, I can do whatever I want. It's like, what do I want to do? I guess pretend to be a Chinese guy working at the iPhone factory.
But also
it's sort of like that old parable about the old man, you know, he grew up in a fishing village and he had to fish and he hated it. And then he moves to New York and he becomes he works at a quant fund.
Yeah.
And he becomes
he's an old man when he gets a job in banking?
No, he grows up.
Okay.
Gets a job banking and then he goes back to the village.
Yes.
And now he's paying money to fish or something. You know that story?
No, I don't. Yeah. What is
Mark
that?
Twain.
Mark Twain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's weird that Mark Twain never got his hands on the Chinese. Mm-hmm. Maybe I'd feel a little bit better if we got a little bit of, you know.
Yeah. What do you mean? Like there wasn't a.
Because Mark Twain
wasn't like a beep.
Mark Twain was like racially as sensitive as you could be.
There wasn't like a. There wasn't like a Jim character of Chinese. Yeah.
Like, you know, like Mark Twain. But the thing is like, and I've heard people make the argument. They're like, well, if I went back in time, like, I don't know if, you know, they either say they would be against slavery, and then sometimes people do. They're like, well, would you? Because most people weren't doing anything, you know. But I feel like,
well, there are
you'd have to be pretty fucked up to even in 1860 to be like, yeah, some people should be beaten and enslaved.
I guess there were people doing that, though.
They had fucking telephones at this point. I'm pretty sure. It's not like this was like, this wasn't Gladiator.
Yeah,
know?
well, they fought a war over it, though, right?
Yeah, right, exactly.
So there were, you know.
I don't think anybody really deserves a pat on the back for not being racist in the 1860s. Or at least understanding that, like, this is bad, you know. But they're not working with, like, the broad palette of races we have today.
I see what you're saying.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, fucking go back to the 1860s.
There was just one type of other guy.
Sit down with Mark Twain.
Yeah.
And be like, all right, there's Dominicans and Puerto Ricans.
Yeah.
And he's like, you mean Mexicans? And it's like, no, pal.
There were Mexicans, I guess.
There were.
Yeah.
A lot of them. They had their own war.
Yeah. Santa Anna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Mexican-American War. Boy, crazy that Mexico thought that they even had a fucking chance.
They tried to come for this.
They thought there was something called, they heard Mexican-American War, and they thought, yeah, we'll see how this goes.
Let's go.
We'll see what
happens
try. Here. Yeah. We'll see.
Well,
I guess America didn't really have the track record it does now.
Yeah, it wasn't a superpower at that point.
Yeah.
It was kind of a redneck country at that point.
Yeah. Mexican-Canada War. Now, that would have been a fucking...
That would have been fun.
I'm still got my fingers crossed for that one.
Yeah. Well,
fucking Jeff Bezos, make it happen. Whoever decides the next war.
Yeah.
It's the Davos guys, right?
Is that what Davos is?
Yeah,
Davos?
it's Klaus, what's his name? Davos, Davos. I don't know, these are all things I read. And
Klaus
I don't talk
Barbie?
about. What?
I don't know.
Klaus what? Klaus Kinski?
Klaus Kinski?
Yeah.
Yeah, the other Bowie.
Klaus, do we know any other Klauses?
Klaus Barbie, the Nazi.
Klaus Barbie. I always thought that was
Yeah.
a funny name.
The Butcher of Marseille. Is that what they called him? I
don't
only know that from the movie Rat Race.
That's also where I know. Damn, I could see whatever came out of your nose.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very dusty in the studio because of
Yeah,
there.
well,
We're not
going
to say what it is.
Look, folks, making a stage in
This
the
is
studio,
killing us.
It takes a lot longer. I gave it a month because I was told that's how long it would take. And it doesn't look like now the lights are all fucking up across the.
That's scary.
That doesn't look good.
Anyway,
I wish we had another. If we could get, maybe we'll go 5 camera setup. That way we can see. Is this building about to fucking explode?
no, I just think those lights are flickering.
Yeah.
It'd be so funny if we died right now.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, I don't have
Take
I don't
a
have
sip of that coffee.
I don't have the costume on anymore, so I'm not like too worried about it, I guess.
Maybe, like I was saying to you the other day, maybe you had to drink and feel bad from it to know that you can't do it. So that you romanticizing drinking and falling off the wagon.
Well, I only really did it for the show.
I don't think I don't want that kind of burden or responsibility.
No, I don't mean like I did it
You did
to
for
write the
me.
monologue. I did it for a sense of realism to do the joke where I fall off the wagon
Yeah.
to write the monologue. So I was like, if I'm going to do this, then I have to start drinking again for real.
Yeah.
So I know how it feels. Everything
Yeah.
has to be real.
You know
That's
that
the thing. That's the thing. I've been getting really into Heat 2. I've been reading I've been reading Heat 2. That is correct. Why did he call it that?
I
Have
don't
you
think he
seen
wrote it. I think it was the lady that co-wrote Heat with him.
She's still alive.
I think it was a lady that wrote it.
That's crazy.
Maybe I'm wrong.
I think he got a woman to ghostwrite because there's 2 names. There is a co-author on the thing. But if you look
Is
at
it
the
Michael
cover,
Mann and
if you look at the cover of the book, it's just the cover of Heat, and then they put 2 after it. I mean, it's insane.
just make it a movie, dude.
Don't even make it a movie. Just don't do that. Whatever that is, don't do it.
I'm not gonna read it.
Can you
I'm not
imagine
gonna
if
read
Steven
anything.
Spielberg was like, I wrote a book, it's called Schindler's List 2. Can everyone take this seriously? My new
Yeah.
project, Schindler's List 2?
Yeah, it's kind of pathetic, but it doesn't seem like a cash grab because it's a book.
When I
You
was
know
in
what I mean?
elementary school, I remember when Titanic came out on VHS.
Yeah,
Remember, Titanic's a very long
it
movie.
was 2 VHSs.
2 VHS tapes.
Yeah, I remember at Blockbuster.
And this dumb Korean kid was like, yeah, there's actually a Titanic 2 where Jack comes back to life, and I actually have it. My family bought it.
you believed him?
No, I didn't believe him, but I mean,
That's the worst lie ever.
I know that kid would lie all the time.
The boat
It's
sank.
Elementary school kids, the boat sank, but they're like, they bring Jack back, and he like made it up, and he's like, no, I can show it to you. I have 2 tapes. His family bought it. They got it at Blockbuster or whatever, and he saw that there was 2 tapes, and he was like, I'm going to impress everyone at school by saying I have a secret second. And
It's
I
not even
guarantee
a
you,
good brag.
I guarantee you, this Korean kid's synopsis, on the spot synopsis of Titanic 2, is as good as Heat 2, without even seeing the book.
That's probably. I guess I would put money on that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think you're right.
I can't
What a
imagine. There's
fucking
no way.
loser,
Even
that
if you
kid.
get somebody to ghostwrite
Uh-huh.
that book, we should. I wish we had the. What are you doing? You upset?
No, I'm not upset, dude.
Oh,
No,
I wish we had the book. I wish I had read some of the book. Unfortunately,
too?
I spent the weekend reading James Carville's new book.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's nothing new in there. No new
Ye-
information.
Oh, it's
but-
everything you already knew.
Yeah, it's kind of stuff.
It's kind of boring. I
Yeah,
hate when
yeah.
that happens.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he explains, like the kind of stuff he had to do to get to
Uh-huh.
where he is, and
Yeah.
how it eventually permanently changed him. And
It made him better as a campaign manager.
yeah. It's sort of like how you don't really have any options in one avenue, so you're forced to do really degrading, sick, kind of depraved stuff
Mm-hmm.
because you're ugly, and
Yeah.
girls won't fuck you. So you have to do, you have to
Uh-huh.
do certain things to get ahead in life,
Right.
and he did them. And then in retrospect, he says, "Well, fuck it. Maybe this is just who I am now."
Yeah.
And you say, "Well, maybe it's all who I always was."
So it's like if in the movie Cruising, he just becomes gay at the end.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. James Carville had to go undercover.
As a gay.
Yeah, as a
Yeah.
toilet, actually. he was a cop. A lot of people don't know this, but James Carville, before he was a pollster, he was a cop.
And there was a string of gay murders.
They're like, so there's a guy going around and they call him the piss killer. He kills people and then he goes and he takes a piss in the woods. And we're going to need you to dress up like a toilet and wait in the woods, the Louisiana woods.
And that turned him gay?
And just, if you see guys out there, you just try and suck the piss out of their dicks. And he said, I'll do whatever I got to do.
He's like, this job is killing me.
You know what I'd love to see James Carville wearing? This
What's
guy
that?
right here. Imagine.
Chinese guy wig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put a bowl haircut on James Carville. Maybe the teeth also.
And
just see what that looks like.
that'd be pretty good.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty good.
I worry about this stuff. I think we've skated by not being canceled, but I really do think once you add a video element to some of this stuff.
I think you didn't do the accent.
Yeah.
I think the accent.
That would be too far.
Yeah, that's
on the
too
show, on the podcast.
Yeah.
The podcast, which is now done, I've deleted all the tapes. I've deleted the masters.
Oh, really?
I burned all the masters. It's done. That's how I am with
burned
projects. I move on from them and then they're done.
Yeah, you set bridges on fire.
I don't believe in media. I believe in events.
In the now.
In the now, in the real.
Yeah.
I believe in the real, in the now. And things should be events that happen. You should curate situational, like situations that evoke, that tantalize.
You've been talking a lot like that since you became a director.
Yeah.
I find.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I read Heat 2, and I thought I could fucking do this. This is all Michael Mann is. I've loved this man's movies.
Yeah.
And he's a guy at 67 years old that says, yeah, I think my next move is I'm finally going to write a book, and I'm going to get I'm not even going to write it myself. I'm going to get a lady to write it for me. And all I have to contribute is the title of the book. And I sat down in my office, in my south side of Chicago office, where I wrote all of my movies.
South Chicago.
Yeah. I wrote all of my movies on a bench press. A lot of people don't know
His
that.
movies are very masculine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Him and David Mamet, they used to...
They used to
go
spot each other?
Well, they would go on a writer's retreat down in a little town called Carville, Louisiana.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, really?
And they would say, one for me, one for the toilet. And they would, they'd get a lot of writing done out in those woods. And then they'd kill a guy and go
Really?
out. Yeah.
Wow.
And then
I see what you're saying.
I was trying to tie that all
I
together.
know, yeah. That was
I
a
don't know if it
callback.
really-
That's what they call it.
I don't know if it really went anywhere.
I don't know. But I liked it.
Yeah.
I like the imagery, at least.
What if instead of an island, Epstein had a trailer park? Do you think, do you think people would have been like, oh, because he's working class, he's not allowed to fuck a bunch of children in a trailer park?
Yeah.
If he had an island, then nobody would have a problem with it.
Yeah. So you're saying that he would have gotten away with it.
Maybe.
But powerful people would have gone to the trailer park?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Maybe. Yeah, the island was a little showy.
I was thinking about getting a trailer. Like an old, have you ever spent much time in trailers?
No, not really.
Oh, okay.
No.
My grandparents had like a
double wide?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the little like kitchenette and the and a living room, and then it had like a porch. It was a mobile home. I guess I wasn't a trailer necessarily, so it's the same thing, but there's like, I guess, like skirting around where the wheels is. Like it stayed put.
Sure.
It wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah.
And they had a porch, like a screened-in porch with AstroTurf in the back. Everything in their house was like fake. You know what I mean? Like they had like a little fake fireplace and like fake. It was a lot of like fake stuff. I always loved that. I always thought it was like being in like a prank store.
But they lived there.
They lived there. A lot of props.
So you want to buy one for yourself?
I want to buy one for myself and decorate it exactly like my grandparents had it.
And what's that gonna do?
I don't know. I'll just sit in there and
You'll remember it for 1 minute.
sit in there, dress up like a Chinese guy,
Yeah.
and we keep the cameras rolling the whole time. And you create an event.
And then
You create an event. and it'll be unedited,
Uh-huh.
24 hours.
Like a Truman
We
show.
shoot it on 70 millimeter.
Yeah.
Okay.
IMAX.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Using, and a lot of people sometimes they'll use available light or whatever, try to keep it as natural as possible. We're blasting this motherfucker.
It's gonna be hard though because
We're gonna
70, if you're shooting on 70, you need to change the cassettes all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll do that. We'll have guys.
We'll have guys.
Yeah. You get what, 8 minutes on on about 1,000 feet of the 70 millimeter?
I don't know how long. Yeah.
Yeah, about that.
10 minutes. Yeah.
So yeah, we'll change it. I guess we'll have 2 cameras rolling at all times and
So it's
cascade them.
You'll have them on different schedules.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, one, so we make sure we don't miss a single
You
moment.
start one, you start the next one 4 minutes later.
Yeah, so it's me in a house, and none of this bullshit. We do it right.
Yeah.
You know.
We do it real.
We do it real.
That's the
We
problem.
get a Chinese guy to play me,
Yeah.
but we do an experimental surgery where we regrow my brain in a lab, and then surgically implant it in his.
Uh-huh.
And I'm sure this is going to kill a lot of Chinese guys.
Yeah, it's going to
Until
be
we
a
get the
really
surgery
risky
right.
procedure.
But
yeah.
guess what we do? We
Yeah.
film that process, 70 millimeter.
That's going to feel
The
real.
brain surgery. I
Yeah.
learned how to do brain surgery. And then we shoot me going to school, learning how to do brain surgery, clone my own brain,
Uh-huh.
put it in a Chinese
I was going to
guy.
ask how you're going to get your brain out of your own head.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to risk anything. I mean,
You're going to grow your
I'm
own
going to be
brain.
directing, so I don't have time to.
Mm.
I don't have time to put myself.
This
in
is
any
kind of
kind
like your
personal danger.
Synecdoche, New York, right? The project keeps getting bigger and bigger.
No, nothing. You can't compare anything I do to anybody else or say it's
You
derivative.
hate when
or-
I do that.
I don't hate when you do it. I'm
I
just.
do
I'm
it all
telling
the
you
time. You always tell me no.
It's inaccurate.
Yeah.
No one will have done anything like this. We'll shoot it all on 70 millimeter. I'd say we're going through 4 or 5 Chinese guys a day trying to get the surgery right.
Yeah. It's going to be like the Nick, right?
It'll be like the Nick.
You'll do it in like a sorry for doing that again.
but
right?
it won't.
Yeah.
It's not going. It's not.
But
going,
not like the show.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
like,
yeah.
it's going to be
for the
real.
sake of allowing your small mind to understand the scope of my
It's
project.
tiny mind.
I'll say it's like Schenectady meets the Nick meets Lawrence of Arabia meets Mulan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Sort of a Jackie Chan Adventures
You're
slash
making like the mood board for
slash Dead Ringers.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You should have a twin brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will have a twin brother. In fact, I already thought of that, and that's part of it. I'm surprised you said that. I might even take that part out because that was going to be the
Because now
that was the surprise twist at the end.
fuck. I ruined it.
We find out that I have a twin. We find out that I have a twin brother, and we shoot it all on 70 millimeter.
Wow.
And we blast the thing. We blast it, completely overexposed. Where in
It's
each
unusable.
no, in each scene there'll be a single shadow that dances through the frame to indicate what there's the one piece of motion that we want to
It's a dynamic element of the shot.
yeah.
We say stuff like this now that we're filmmakers.
And well, I'm telling you, it's going to be, I mean, intellectual is one way to describe it, but sorry, there's like a booger that keeps
Just
going.
go
like,
for it, yeah.
well, it keeps going like deeper into my nose.
Okay.
But it'll be intellectual, but also accessible.
I see what you're saying.
Do you ever eat them sometimes still as an adult?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, on occasion.
I don't do that. Sometimes I do it.
No,
Sometimes I think about doing it, but it's like there would have to be the entire milieu. You know what I mean?
I do it. For me, it's like a Proust Madeline, and I only know that from The Sopranos.
I would have to. I would have to be in that double wide. My grandparents double wide.
picking your nose and eating it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
to feel like a
create this
boy
sense.
again.
And we're gonna get the Chinese guy to do that. That'll be the sort of the litmus test to see if the surgery works.
So
We
he'll
get the
come
Chinese
out of
guy-
surgery. We'll be like, eat your boogers.
we don't tell him that. We just put him. We put him in the. We put.
Yeah.
Oh boy! I wish I had a big hot booger.
Yeah.
Oh boy! I can't. Oh boy!
No, now you're doing the accent. Now we're
I'm doing.
yeah.
I'm being evocative.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I see what you're
Provocative, evocative. Have you ever noticed these words are very similar? Have you ever noticed they're similar words?
saying. Yeah.
And normal people, they go throughout their life and they don't even think, to consider why.
You know, they say that like a comedian
Yeah.
is someone that shows you something that's always been in front of your face, but you've never been able to see. You know, like a great Seinfeld bit.
Yeah.
You know, it's always been there, but you know.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm kind of
It's
twisted.
too dusty and
It is dusty
right now.
but I'm like a twisted guy. I'm like I've got like a darker mentality and
You
stuff.
are, yeah.
Like a lot of people have said that comedians are like the modern day philosophers, and I feel they're more like the modern day plague doctors. Just no problem. Just don't explain it at all.
What the fuck is this show, man?
But
What
it
is
makes
this
me
show? We had a fucking cold open. We spent 2 days doing
You
it.
just try to
We're like, yeah, we'll just be a fucking Chinese guy at the
no,
end.
but that's
No.
the thing. That's what I love. You gotta fucking just
No,
you
I
gotta
know what
say
you mean.
dumb bullshit for 20 minutes and then find the dumbest one and then you and then you hold it. Damn, I guess I blew it. I wish I could have just said that without breaking.
No. They want to laugh along with us. You know?
Nobody thinks this is funny. Nobody thinks the Adam Friedland show is funny. I don't care.
What do you think, man?
No,
People are saying it's amazing.
I don't care. I'm done with what people say.
I don't
events.
care what people say.
I'm provocative, evocative.
Yeah.
You know?
You're like David Blaine now. You're doing like special events.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, what I love about David Blaine is he lets the magic speak for himself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He lets the magic
He
speak for
lets
himself.
the magic speak for itself.
Oh, for itself, yeah.
Yeah. You know who else does that?
Who?
Gary Oldman.
It's true. Chameleon.
We should get E. Jean Carroll on the show.
We have to.
I just thought about that.
We have to.
I know. I put that on the back burner. And why do people say that? What is the back burner? Is that like an Auschwitz thing? It was like one of the other ovens, perhaps.
I don't know about that.
Like the extra one.
For like
Where
the
they're like, put this guy in the.
yeah, we don't have time to burn this guy.
Put this guy. He's embarrassing the
I
other
don't know.
Jewish
I don't think
business.
it's.
It's like
I
a.
don't think
It's a Jewish guy that's like.
No, it's not.
Oh, boy, where are we going? Into the ovens?
It's very versatile. The teeth. Yeah.
There's a line.
Yeah.
Can I cut the line?
Wait, I mean, it's the line's so long.
I don't want to. This line's too long.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow. I
You-
feel
the
bad.
train. The train. was,
Don't make them share an oven with him.
Yeah.
Put him in the
he's
back burner.
He's too annoying.
Put
Even for
this
them.
one. This one shall go into the back burner. Is that where that expression
No,
comes
I don't
from?
think. I
No,
don't,
okay.
yeah. I don't think there's a historical record of that.
You know, actually, who recommended it is Michael Mann. I was talking with him,
Oh, yeah.
and he recommended
What
I
is
just
it?
read it. It was a history of expressions.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
by the woman who wrote Heat 2. And really eye-opening, really interesting stuff. Especially if you're somebody that dances in the world of language.
I see,
That's what I
yeah.
consider myself as.
Yeah, with your words.
Yeah, I
It's
consider
kind of like
myself someone
a dancer.
who dances
Mm-hmm.
in the world of language.
Your fleet of a tongue.
Yeah, I let the dancing speak for itself. Is what I always go to do. Because a lot of I mean, I'm a filmmaker, but I was classically trained in line dancing, square dancing, square.
Oh, really?
All the shapes. Name a shape.
Oh.
Name a shape.
Rectangle.
Rectangle dancing. I've done it.
Oh.
I mean, I guess that's just square dancing.
I guess so.
All squares are rectangles, but not rectangle. All rectangles are squares.
Yes.
You know where I heard that?
The Book of Sayings.
Heat 2.
Heat 2.
Heat 2, colon, sayings.
Yeah.
History of
It's the
sayings.
Pacino character is back. I guess the De Niro character dies at the end.
He does, but they bring him back to life.
Oh, yeah.
They give him they do the RoboCop surgery.
Do they say that line where
He's
you
like,
have to...
are you saying I'm a fucking robot now?
You always have to be ready for...
Are you saying I'm a robot?
That's pretty good. You really do look like him.
Are you saying I'm a robot?
When we did the podcast audio, they didn't know how good the faces were.
I'm RoboCop. You're saying now I'm a cop, but I'm a robot. Is that what
That's
I
pretty
am?
good.
I'm a fucking robot cop.
I like
Heat
that,
2. Meet the heat. Meet heat. Here I
I
am.
think it's Heat 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Meet. I'm Robert De Niro. I'm here promoting Heat 2, a book that I'm in.
Yeah. I'm in this new book.
I'm in the book Heat 2.
Yeah.
I'm promoting it, and in the book I play Robert De Niro, and I've been brought back from the dead, and I'm RoboCop.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. As it looks, I mean, you look and sound just like him. The frown, the scowl. Well,
Yeah, well, it's not a very hard impression to do.
I'm not very good at impression.
You're not? You don't have a single one?
I guess not.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to view, but it's.
I wish I
not
had
very
read
good.
Heat 2 for this. I feel like this could have been a much better episode.
Well, no, what are you talking about? The episode is great. They can
Well, we
tell
still
that
got
we're
we still got another 20 minutes to do.
of this.
Yeah, of this. Yeah.
Not 20.
What?
Not 20.
20 minutes. Yeah, 20 minutes. Stay tuned, folks. After this, we'll be back with Bruno Mars. A man who lets the dancing
Speak for itself.
speak for itself. It speaks for itself.
I have to piss.
You have to piss? Just go in your pants.
I'm not.
That'll be well. I'll find a way to direct it into the rest of. I wish I could look at all three cameras at once. That's what I'm going. I'm going to. My next project is a camera
Mm-hmm.
that's 3 cameras, and you can at all times you can look at all 3 of them.
It's just 3 side by side. Just giving you the same shot. Just like slightly to one side.
Yes,
Oh, interesting.
and no one's ever thought of that before.
Yeah. You know when Brian Wilson was
Yeah.
making.
Of the Beach Boys.
Was making.
It's crazy. Just think, and there's I don't know if
Yeah.
you've read Heat 3, but it's all about alternative universes. And, it's totally possible. Imagine the Beach Boys, instead of born in Pasadena, these guys are born in fucking Omaha, Nebraska.
Mm.
Then the band would have been called the Corn Boys or something like that,
Right.
or the
And they wouldn't have the surf aesthetic.
or the Cheese Boys,
Yeah.
and every song would be like, "Well, I can't wait to make cheese.
Yeah.
For you, bitch."
Well, I think actually Brian Wilson was terrified of the ocean. It was just the
Really?
California sound they
Yeah.
were after.
Well, his entire family, they drown.
They did.
Yeah. A
Yeah.
lot of sort of tragic beginning to the Beach Boys. His entire family was murdered by the ocean.
I mean, besides the ones that were in the Beach Boys with him.
Mm.
Yeah. Those are the only survivors.
It must suck to be in the Navy now.
Why?
Because they don't really, the boats just go out there and then they look at computers. It's not like there's cannon battles happening. And then on
Right.
top
They're
of
not
that,
doing Master and Commander type
yeah,
shit.
exactly. And on
Yeah.
top of that, the Navy's not even gay anymore.
They stopped that?
They did. They nipped that in the bud.
Really?
Yeah.
But well, they still have the gay outfits. They still have the white,
The Donald Duck.
the Donald Duck.
Yeah.
They still have the sailor suits.
I always thought that was interesting that our Navy, it's supposed to be the best Navy in the world, but they can be felled by some spilled mustard,
Right.
you know?
Why is that? Why are they wearing white? Is it to be? It's not like they have to be in fatigues, like blending into
I think
trees.
they're just fucking lazy, dude. It was
It's
like
just-
the 1800s.
Yeah.
I think the head of the Navy back then was a pro-slavery guy, and they made him do the Civil War.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, well, then I'm not making any more uniforms. Then this is it. I'm writing a law into the Naval Code of Justice that says Donald Duck forever.
Yeah.
And are you doing the guy also?
No, I said yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were about to.
I was. About
You're about to. Why don't
Yeah,
you
yeah.
take it up? Go
No.
for it. Run with
No,
it.
no.
No, please.
it's
I
your
want to see
guy.
you stretch your legs. The
Yeah.
Adam Friedland Show, I promise you, more characters from Adam.
Yeah.
We're going to get more characters from him. How do you feel? Let's do a segment wrap-up. So, real talk. This episode, this part, bullshit. But we're trying to dial in each element at a time.
Right.
And it's...
And with
it's-
this studio's not.
So this time we're
that big.
going cold open.
Yes.
And that was much harder than I thought it was going to be.
That was 2 days of work.
It was beyond 2 days of work.
Yeah.
I just, everything that is very hard to do, make that happen.
Yeah.
The monologue thing, obviously we've demonstrated the ability to do that in the past. You kind of focus on one thing at a time.
Yeah.
And then guest segments, really would like to just offload that and have real guests.
We have a couple booked for when
We have a couple, but
for
I mean,
the
I
for
think
the hard launch,
we
not
gotta,
the soft
we gotta
launch.
have a nice mix of freaks.
I think what people
and yeah, go ahead.
Yes, I agree. We
Yeah.
do need freaks.
Yeah.
And real celebrities.
Yeah.
You know, we do need like you know, round up people at methadone clinics
Yeah.
and then have them with Professor Cornel West or something.
Well, what I would like
to
to do is for like a Steve Wilkos thing. I ran into. I was walking around the other night. I was leaving the bar, and I walked across the street and I saw Elvis on the street.
Yeah.
And I mean, you know, I'd say I fell off the wagon. I had 2 glasses of wine. I wasn't, but I was
I don't
loose enough that I saw Elvis and I was like, "Hey, are you Elvis?"
Right.
And this guy was
An
like,
impersonator, right?
"Yeah, sure." It wasn't the actual Elvis.
Yeah.
It was someone trying to fuck Baz Luhrmann, I think. Trying to,
Really? He's
yeah.
trying to
trying to
catfish
impress
him.
Baz Luhrmann
Yeah.
by being Elvis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
That would have been. You know what they should have done? They should have done Joker, and he's an Elvis impersonator.
That would have been good.
Yeah, and it's just not even about the Joker at all. That would have been a better movie.
I thought it was a pretty good movie to begin with.
I was thinking about rewatching it soon.
We liked it when we saw it.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I watched a very little bit of it at home, and it wasn't really hitting. But I think I watched it too soon after I saw it in theaters.
Yeah. We'll do
But,
it again.
Yeah, I saw an Elvis impersonator, and I fucking went up to him, and I'm like, "Are you Elvis?" And he was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Hey, do you know Gene DiNapoli?"
Yeah.
And he goes, "Of course." Like it was like an absurd question.
Yeah,
to
like,
ask
do you
this
know
guy.
Robert De Niro?
Right, basically.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, he's like,
Like,
yeah,
why would you ask such a dumb fucking question?
yeah, of course I know Gene DiNapoli. And then this guy also, by the way, is just Gene DiNapoli.
It's so funny.
They're the same exact guy.
Yeah.
And it's weird because none of those guys are close to Elvis.
Well,
But
they got the outfit.
They start off with the same source
The Elvis
material.
outfit, the 70s Elvis outfit, is
Yeah,
basically
but they
Sailor.
have the Elvis outfit.
That
What
is
I'm talking
basically
about
Sailor without the little blue part.
What I'm talking about is like there's wavelengths, you know?
I know what you're saying.
And so you get like kind of like a stubby FUPA Italian guy.
Uh-huh.
And nobody would be like, "Hey, fucking, you should pretend to be Elvis." Like nobody in their life is saying that to them.
No.
These guys don't grow up hearing, "You look like Elvis."
Right.
Or "You should be Elvis."
Right.
But for whatever reason,
They're
there's
drawn
some
to it.
arithmetic that makes FUPA Italian guy
Uh-huh.
become an Elvis impersonator.
It's like a recessive gene. He was also a WAP, that guy that you met?
I think so. I mean, I don't
Probably
know.
some
Yeah.
sort of. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's a New York guy for sure.
Yeah.
Either New York, they're Italian. He's probably somebody from one of Gene's anecdotes.
Yeah, well, he was the youngest one for
Yeah.
a long time.
But
We'll
that's
have
the
him
kind
back
of
on.
that's the kind of shit that makes me think it's like none of it's like everything's just there's like a subspace.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of levers, like sort of similar kind of like Indian religion thing,
Mm-hmm.
where there's levers being turned.
Yeah.
And like a subconscious wavelength that some people are on that
And they're just sharing it.
they're sharing it.
So there's like a guy at an iPhone factory right now
Yeah.
who's like in his brain. He's like closing his eyes. He's like, I'm fucking Elvis.
He's like, no, well, he's closing his eyes and he's like, I'm in a double wide trailer in the middle of New Jersey.
yeah,
and everything's fake.
Yeah.
And then he starts eating his boogers in the iPhone factory. And then he's beaten for eating for free.
yeah. He
For
didn't pay
eating
for
the-
that.
Eating the people's boogers.
Yeah, you didn't pay
that
for that.
belong to Apple for some reason. for living in a Chinese country where all of the publicly owned stuff means you work in a factory to make phones for racist millionaires who pretend to be you
Right.
on their own talk show, on the Adam Friedland show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should we go
Sure.
see a movie tonight?
Yeah, I want to see Bullet Train.
You want to go see Bullet Train tonight?
Yeah, let's
For
go.
real? Yeah.
We got a theater around the block.
I do feel a little like dog shit, but this
I'm
has been
exhausted, dude.
look, folks.
It's been a fucking heavy, like,
Yeah.
it's been a lot of work for the last 3 days.
This schedule is nuts. We're gonna have to go
We're
back.
gonna have to get through
We
it,
appreciate
guys.
the support and everybody fucking being excited about the thing, but we're gonna have to just do audio only for a little bit until the rest of this fucking stage is built. And then once we have a nice schedule going, it's like we can like focus on just producing the talk show, getting that working.
Yeah.
Then we can figure out with time how to add stuff in and shooting schedules and all this stuff.
The
because
show is gonna be really good, and we want it to be
we
really
want
good.
it to be good. It is.
And we're really good, too.
It's very fucking hard.
I
to
believe in us.
every 2 days have to find a way to shoot, find Russian women, find a mansion. It's very hard.
This is like, It's a 7-day-a-week job, and we're having a lot of fun doing it.
I'm not complaining about the amount of
But
work.
we
I'm
are-
complaining about the lack of time
Yeah.
to make
Exactly.
something that's fucking like good in a very short amount of time.
We are figuring out a workflow, and it is happening as we
and
go
we
along.
appreciate
And we appreciate your support, and we have
everybody
also spent all of our money.
sticking around. But
Yeah.
whatever. That's what the money's for. It's to be spent.
Right.
You know? But if at any point, for some reason, we're not making any money, I'm not going to fucking lose money on this venture. So the Adam Friedland Show is going bye-bye unless you help us out, I guess.
All right.
Anyway, so that's
Well-
sort of a desperate appeal.
No, I don't think it is. I think people get what is going on.
Do
and-
they?
Yeah, I think
I'm
people
not in
are
touch
excited.
with what people...
I don't
get
know.
or
I'm
don't
just
get.
telling you that so to make you feel good. I don't know
I feel
what they're
fine,
saying.
dude.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's like now that look, the way this works is this is the last part that we do. So now that this is wrapping up, everything else is already off to the fucking editor. We can just get the thing out. It's like, great. But then I got to start thinking about Wednesday. That's fucking tomorrow now already.
Yeah.
So, and then I will be in Philadelphia. Those shows, that'll be fun. But that's going to be dog shit because I haven't had time to write any stand-up. And now
It'll be
my
great.
entire act is online.
That's going to be great.
So get ready to see me do or try. I don't know. Maybe I'll get fucking drunk and try to riff something out.
It'll be fun.
Yeah.
Don't get drunk.
I won't. I'm gonna be sleeping in the hotel the entire time.
Guys, I will be
But I'll tell you what. You want to come out and take pictures or something? Of fucking. I gotta relearn how to take pictures with people. I don't know what the fuck's going on with my face.
Yeah, you look like shit in those fan pictures.
Every single one.
Yeah,
I
you
don't.
look old, and your face is like
It's not that I look. It's. I
You
mean, I
look
do. I
craven.
am old, but
Yeah.
yeah, I look. It's like it's weird. It's a bizarre thing.
Guys,
to take
Seattle,
pictures.
Seattle the Crocodile, September 23rd. Portland,
Oh, hold on. Wait, let
Mississippi
me plug
Studios,
this.
September 24th. Wait, I'm
Indianapolis.
plugging.
But this one's important.
But I'm plugging.
Indianapolis.
It's my show. dude.
I know, but this you're doing a bunch of dates. Indianapolis. I got to move these tickets, or the agents are
Great.
saying we'll cancel the shows.
Great.
So
Seattle-
Indianapolis,
Mm.
not next weekend, but the weekend after that.
All right, guys. Seattle,
Anyways.
September 23rd. The Crocodile, Portland, September 24th. Mississippi Studios, Los Angeles, September 30th, October 1st. Go to my website, adamfriedland.com/tour for tickets. Thank you.
All right, thanks, guys.
Yeah.
That's the fucking show. That's the Adam Friedland Show. Stay tuned.
We got more shit planned.
Yeah, we gotta.
We're
get,
fucking exhausted.
well, I'm not exhausted.
I'm
There's
But
not enough time. There's not enough
let's
time.
go to Stevens and edit with him.
I think Steven wants to just edit on his own. I don't think he's.
What?
I don't think he's hang over my shoulder and look at everything.
We're not gonna hang over his shoulder, but like we're
All right, guys. Bye.
What? They love shopping. What's wrong?
No, it's delicious. Yeah.
Real quick, the camera moving. It makes taste good.
Ume plum liqueur. Some of the best stuff coming out of the American boutique. All right, one more time. Ume plum liqueur, the most delicious thing I've ever tasted. You got that?
We got it.
All right, cool. We got it.